Hello, and welcome to another edition of Game On, the greatest esports broadcast in the Pacific Northwest. I'm your host, Owen, and I'm joined by Gwen. Today, we'll be playing a classic 1v1 game of Mario Kart. In this tournament-style competition, our players will be competing in 4 races in a Grand Prix of their choosing, and the winners from each round will advance to the finals to play a single, unforgiving 200cc race on a course of their choosing. Today's players come from our very own BVP program. Their names are Eddie, Trey, Ash, and Lucas. Starting off our bracket is Eddie and Trey. So without further ado, let's game on! All right, Gren, so what are you looking to see from our players today in this race?
Honestly, I'm looking for a really heated competition between Trey and Eddie in our first round, and I'm intrigued to see where they're going with it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what items they're going to use, because the great thing about Mario Kart is how unpredictable it is. You can be in first place and then slip on a banana peel and your whole race is upended.
Absolutely. I'm really curious to see what strategies they'll take in their first few courses to see who ends up being the winner.
Yeah, and it looks like they're about to get started here. I can't see where they're placed, but...
At the moment, we have Bowser Jr. on the left side, and we have Peach on the right. Peach in third, and Bowser Jr. in fifth, each having an item, and Peach getting that banana hit.
Yeah, we don't have our we don't have a monitor.
Yeah.
But so it looks like Peach is in third, sliding down to first place, and we have an item draw here. What's Peach gonna get? Oh, a banana peel. That can be tricky. You just have to remember with the banana peels not to lose track of where you place it on the track, because coming around another lap, the amount of times I played Mario Kart as a kid and hit my own banana peel, I have lost track. What about you, Glenn?
Absolutely. I've hit countless of banana peels on my own. Even when I'm spamming them on the course, I always end up hitting them on the next round. We have Bowser Jr. getting hit by a piranha plant as he tries to drift. Currently, we have Bowser Jr. in 12th and Peach in second, holding that second strong lead going into the second round, as Bowser Jr. is still in his first round.
Yeah. And this looks like Yoshi's Island, I believe. I played this on the GameCube in Mario Kart Double Dash. Yoshi Island or Yoshi Circuit, but it's a map that I am familiar with. And we lost our screen. Oh, okay, there we go. It's on the monitor here. Right. Yeah, so I believe we have Trey on the right. Trey is Peach, and Eddie is Bowser Jr. I could be wrong.
Could be correct.
Bowser Jr. is lagging behind here.
Bowser Jr. is
in 12th
place.
Place.
With that mushroom, still in 12th place.
Trey is Bowser Jr. Okay, so Eddie is Peach, and Eddie is off to a really, really commanding lead in first place now.
Very strong start with that banana right behind them. Bowser Jr. still going in 12th place, getting that bullet bill, getting a little speed boost. Maybe they can get up to 11th. Oh, and we have 11th as Peach is still in first, and Eddie is going into...
Still holding a strong lead. Still holding a strong lead. Oh, and Eddie's already on the last lap, so Trey really is going to have to do some catching up. But those, he's really liking the walls here, hitting the bumpers.
Using that as a little strategy.
If he can use that momentum, maybe he'll catch up. But it looks like Eddie is going to finish this race well ahead of Trey.
Absolutely.
But there's 4 races, so Trey has a lot of time to catch up.
A lot of wiggle room to get that head start.
Yeah. We haven't really seen much item play yet, but there's still time for that to happen. And what Trey is going to have to do next round is really stay in the middle of the track, because what you see from Eddie is nice, even turns, some drifting. Oh, and a beautiful pull ahead for a first place finish. So that first race will go to Eddie here, and Trey is all the way in 12th.
Absolutely.
So there's quite a bit of ground for Trey to make up.
I think Eddie is going to be getting a little head start, but I do believe that Trey could catch up if he really puts in the effort. And 12th place goes to Trey in our first course.
First course, okay. All right. And, okay, so we lost the monitor again, but we're gonna be heading to the second round of our race here. This is Excited Bike Arena. This is not a course I'm familiar with in any of the Mario Kart. So this must be new
I believe this is going to be a newer one out of the franchise, personally. I played this one. This one has a lot of bumps, and here they are going off into their second course.
So Eddie falls to the second place, and Trey's actually off to a much better start from last race,
With that
pulling in the
red
fourth.
shell going into the mud as Eddie boosts off of a ramp.
Oh, and I don't know if the red shell hit anybody, but Trey has used it, and now he's still in fourth place.
Getting a little
One
drift.
place behind Eddie. Oh, and look, he made the pass. So he's got 2 cars in front of him to get to first place.
Right. Trey is right behind Eddie, so we've got a little heated competition to see who can get first. And there goes Trey onto the grass.
And Eddie's out to a commanding lead. The beauty of Mario Kart is how quick the game can change. And
yeah.
you can blink and somebody's dropped 3 or 4 places.
Absolutely.
So if Eddie can stay consistent, that'll be a really great thing
Absolutely.
for them. And it'll help them win this race.
And get a huge head start. Getting 2 wins in against Trey would be huge.
That would be, quite a difficult hill for Trey to climb and come back from. And both in the second lap, Eddie is just hitting another ramp and is coming up behind. I think that's Koopa Troopa in front
yes,
of
Koopa Troopa
Peach
in
there.
front of Peach, and Peach gets a double item block. Let's see what they get. Rolling in with a mushroom and a banana. They quickly use that mushroom.
So some speed and then a way to sabotage.
Ooh, we got some item
behind.
usage on Trey's side, getting hit with that little green shell. Little bullet bill behind him.
Trey is doing much better this round. It's a much more open track. There's not as many tight turns. I noticed that Trey was struggling last course with the tight turning. So to have a more open course is really benefiting him.
Going in with the red shell and the blue item.
Oh, and he
Gets
steals
that
a green
strike.
shell. So he's
Coming up
got
in
some
sixth
weapons
place.
there. And Eddie's hanging out comfortably in second place. And just remember, even though there are CPUs in this race, all Eddie needs to do is place better and have a better point margin than Trey, and then Eddie will move on to the next round.
And that'll basically guarantee them the win for that first round against the next competition of players, which will be Ash and Lucas.
And that's going to be a great round coming
Absolutely.
up. And Trey's got some mushrooms. Trying to pull in, get closer to Eddie to make this gap a little less.
With a
So
couple
it's
of
less of the deficit.
Boost from the speed bumps.
And it looks like Eddie's coming around to the finish line.
There
for
comes
the
that
final
blue
lap.
shell, maybe hidden Eddie on the way out, and Eddie crosses the finish line with first place.
Avoids the blue shell. That was crucial
That was
because
very good.
the blue shell is notorious for ruining races for many a Mario Kart player.
Absolutely. Even when they're at the edge of the finish line, you can never know. And there goes Trey with 9th place.
Ninth place. Hey, it's an improvement from last round. Improvement is what we love to see in Mario Kart. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun.
We have Peach currently in first for this one with 30 points, and then we have Trey as Bowser Jr. with about 5, I believe. On to the next race we go. What do you think we're expecting from this next one?
Well, I didn't see what cup they picked beforehand.
I did not either.
We had some, but it's going to be a good track. This is Dragon Driftway, another course that I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure it's going to be an exciting race.
This one definitely has a lot of turns from what I've played, and I think they're definitely going to enjoy the surprise from this one.
So, have you played on this course before then?
I have played all the courses on here. I absolutely love Mario
So
Kart.
is this an original course to Mario Kart 8?
I believe so it is. This one, you've got a lot of drifting that you got to do to make sure you get around those edges. We've currently got Trey in 4th place, drifting on the edge with that little red shell and getting hit with the banana. How unfortunate.
Bananas will rock your world.
Absolutely.
In real life, they're great because they give you a lot of potassium, but you want to watch out for them in Mario Kart. They
You want to
will
avoid
ruin your
them in
day.
this case. Absolutely.
So you've played all the courses. What's your favorite course then?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think Moo Moo Meadows is a classic.
Meadows.
I think for Mario Kart 8 exclusive, the Electrodome.
You
is
like them?
definitely
Yeah.
very-
See, I need to play this game. I need to be a player next time.
Absolutely.
But Eddie's lagging a little bit behind here. We're not seeing the usual strong performance from the first 2 races,
Coming up in
but there's still a lot of time. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
And
hit with
that-
what I believe was a red shell, and we have 2 players going in front of Eddie, currently in 5th place as Trey lies in 9th, a little behind, but he could catch up.
So even though Eddie is not having the usual performance, Trey really needs to catch up here because if Trey loses this race point wise,
Kind of
it'll
guarantees
be
Eddie
kind of
the
out
win.
of race, and that 4th race will really be just a formality.
Absolutely. Little end of the deal. Currently have Trey in 7th now, colliding with other players. I believe that's Zelda right in front of Bowser Jr. with those bananas, and I believe the piranha just ate up the banana or the green shell per se.
We're seeing a lot more item play in these
yeah.
races, and that's really good to see because that first race, happened so quickly, and we really didn't get to see them use many items.
Absolutely.
What is? I'm not really familiar with the horn. What does that item do? Since you're a veteran of this game.
Absolutely. The horn, practically, once you use it, it'll create this barrier that basically, if there's anyone near it, they basically get hit. And it's kind of like a deflective item that if there's like a green shell coming towards you, you can use that. For example, on Eddie's side, we might be able to see this in play as an item that could approach them. And typically, the red horn is the only item that can deflect a blue shell.
That was going to be my next question. Yes. That's very useful. So it must be a rare item. And looks like Eddie got hit there, so Eddie's going to drop back a couple spots. And Trey is taking his time back there at the very end of the line in 11th place.
There goes Trey falling down as we have Eddie in first place, blocking the red shell with the banana. That was quite tactful. And crossing the finish line for the third course. First place goes to Eddie for this one, as with Trey currently still in last place in 12th. About to cross the finish line.
And that's going to be our third race. Eddie has really shown some consistency, some persistence, because Eddie hasn't given up, especially when they've dropped several places. They just kept driving, and we're going to head into our final race of the course here.
Yeah, that item play was absolutely insane. I think definitely that put Eddie into the lead. I believe, Trey, I believe in you. You might not be able to fully catch up, but I think you've got it. I think you've got it.
Butte City, this is a very interesting track. It has a very futuristic look to it. It's very sci-fi.
I dig this one a lot. This is definitely one of my favorites personally. I also enjoy drifting a lot, so this is probably why. And you go fast. You gotta hit them speed bumps, hit them speed boosts. Otherwise, you can't go very far.
Does this map have any head glider sections? Did they? Because I played a lot of Mario Kart 7, and they had the head glider where you could fly in your cart. Does this game have that feature as well?
I believe maybe towards the end of the course, we have a little section where they go down, and you guys will see it once we actually get to that part. Currently, we have Eddie in first with the little green shell tagging behind them. And then we have Trey not too far off in fourth place. He's doing pretty well as he gets hit with, I believe, a fireball.
Well, those fireballs are dangerous because you can fire off a lot of them consecutively. So if you get someone in your line of sight with a fireball, you can absolutely ruin their day and ruin their race.
Especially when they spam a bunch. I typically just launch them all the way as fast as I can just to get that spread. It's quite chaotic, but it can be very useful.
It looks like we didn't see it at head glider, and I'm surprised at how mild this course is because traditionally a Mario Kart Cup, the fourth course is the really difficult one. Like they save the best for last. So
typically they would save the Rainbow Road of courses for the last. So this one seems like one of the more easier ones. I'm quite surprised on the placement for this course. And a lightning bolt strikes both of them, making them itty bitty.
And this will be a little bit of an opportunity for Trey to catch up because the lightning bolt you resize in order of the last place gets bigger first, and the person in first is the last person to resize.
I actually was not aware of that. I thought it was just random selection.
Yeah, it's in chronological order. So if you're in first place, you're smaller for longer.
Trey with the star blasting through that green shell.
And we're headed into the last lap. Eddie, it looks like, is I think halfway done with the last lap. So it looks like Eddie's going to have a completely perfect race, finishing first all four times.
Clean sweep for Eddie, seeming like.
There is a lot of time left.
Absolutely. We still have a little bit of wiggle room for Trey. We'll see how far he gets with this one with the little piranha plant biting his way through the track.
Could you explain to us what the piranha plant does for those of us who haven't played Mario Kart?
Absolutely. The piranha plant practically is another way to deflect items. If you use the piranha plant, you can basically nom away the items. So if a banana is near you, the piranha plant can just bomb it up. Same with the red shell or green shell. I don't know if it's the same for blue shells. There goes Eddie with the first place win as Trey is about to cross the finish line as well.
This will be Trey's best finish. Sixth place is Trey's come a long way. So we saw a lot of improvement from Trey. Even though he's not going to get the win today, he really put his best effort out there. So that was a great first match. Eddie was the winner, and our excitement has just begun. But don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll watch two new players face off. So stay with us and be prepared to game on. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting match.
I'd have to agree. I think.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? So your friend's not breathing? Dad, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Come on. Coming up next will be Ash versus Lucas. Here we go. Game on. And I'm being told that both of our contestants today are Mario Kart veterans. Ash being a Mario Kart Wii veteran and Lucas having experience on the Switch. So both of these players know their way around the track. It's going to be fun to see what we're going to get.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a crazy one. First off, I believe we have the... Oh, it is the highlight reel from the previous match. But we'll be getting into this next one in a few minutes. We have Lucas and Ash, both veterans. I think it's going to be very interesting seeing how they compete against each other. Who's going to be the winner for this round to go head-to-head with Eddie in the finale.
Indeed, and we're gonna see what Grand Prix what cup they choose. Yeah, and what characters. You can tell a lot about a Mario Kart player based on what character they choose. So
Absolutely.
I'm really excited to see what players come up with.
Absolutely. I believe Lucas is going with Waluigi, if I do recall correctly. And then we have Ash as Splatoon Girl. I've never played.
I think Lucas is Inkling. I think you have it switched. I think Lucas is Inkling and Ash is Waluigi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Going with the bike for Waluigi, great choice. I think a bike is a very unique item or a cart to be using. It's definitely very tactical.
Yeah, the customization in this game, it always blows my mind how Nintendo is able to come up with so many different card ideas.
Absolutely.
If I was in the room designing all these, I would be, you know how you see in movies, people crumpling up pieces of paper because they're out of ideas? That would be me.
I would just throw them all into a little metallic trash can. We have the first cup being chosen. We're going to quite shortly see which one was selected. Interested to see which one they picked, whether it's their favorite.
Okay. So it's the egg cup. It's the same one we saw last round.
Quite fair. So there isn't any specific advantage for them. We'll see how they'll be playing out with the Yoshi circuit. Definitely an interesting course. Definitely going to be intrigued to see how they go for this first race for Lucas and Ash.
Yeah, who's going to handle the turns better is my question, because we saw Trey get stuck on the walls a lot of times. Oh, and it looks like Ash had a false start there, so he's going to come out real slow, but there's a lot of race left.
There goes Lucas with that little hit from the red shell. Currently in 5th place as we have Ash in 12th. Skating in with the bike. Very useful Kart.
So we're seeing a strong start from, we're seeing a lot of what we saw last race. One player had a really strong start and one player is lagging behind. We'll see how, if this competition evens out. And
oh, Lucas blasted with that green shell and using the actual red horn as seen earlier. That is what the red horn does for one.
It creates a shockwave. Yeah, he retaliated. He got hit and then he gets the horn and he retaliated quite nicely.
Ash with the star blasting his way through the course, hopefully getting a little bit of a lead. Currently in 8th place.
Yeah, that's good. That's a very good use of items because if you're behind, you really have to use them correctly. And he used that ghost at the perfect time because that bullet bill was inches away from ruining his day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a good thing Mario Kart is a fictional universe because could you imagine what would happen to their tires?
Oh.
If this were real life, how many tire changes they would need?
You would have to get a tire change every time you used a bullet bill. I would honestly, I don't know if I would be willing to use them. I would not. My car would cry.
And we got Lucas. Oh, he got hit by a green shell, so he's going to drop into 2nd place. And Ash has another star, so this is an opportunity for him to make up quite a bit of ground. And oh, he got a bullet bill.
Another bullet bill.
He's really getting lucky on the item draws.
Absolutely. Getting a little boost, hopefully getting him past 8th place and going into maybe 7th.
And you can see he avoided the blooper too, so his visibility is completely clear. He just has to avoid hitting the wall. This is a very tight track. It's a tough first track, honestly.
I'm surprised it's in the placement of the first course because you'd think this would be in the middle, maybe like 3rd race or 2nd, but surprisingly it's in the first one, which could make it a little bit difficult for the contestants. But I think so far we have a fair matchup for this one.
Yeah, Inkling is holding a commanding lead in 1st place. As long as no blue shells show up, they should be fine. Oh, and I see announcer jinx. As soon as I open my mouth, Lucas gets passed up and is now in 2nd place. It's good to hear the talk from the contestants. It's a good competitive environment today. And another bullet bill. Is that Ash's 3rd bullet bill today, do you think?
I believe that might be Ash's 3rd bullet bill. Crashing into what I believe was Baby Mario. Getting them 3 mushrooms. We currently have...
And Lucas is finished over there.
Place, yeah.
In 2nd place, so...
Ash in 6th place. That's actually not too shabby for the first course. I think, honestly, we've got a pretty fair matchup for this one. And I think we've definitely got an interesting competition for this one.
Yeah, 5-point deficit isn't that bad when it comes to...
I feel like, personally, that's a pretty average point to lead upon. I think it shouldn't be too hard to catch up for Ash. So I think it's pretty reasonable to be at that kind of point ranking. I think 12-7 isn't too shabby.
Yeah, and hopefully both of these racers are now warmed up. The rust is off. The memories of playing Mario Kart have come back to them. They're channeling their inner Mario, and
their inner Mario.
And so now we're gonna really get to see the excitement here.
So we can channel that energy into the Excite Bike Arena course.
Okay.
Starting this one off strong. Let's see how they...
And Ashfall started last time, so let's see if we can avoid that. Oh, and they both get the speed boost.
He avoids it. Absolutely.
All right. So a strong start by Ash, right behind Lucas. Lucas is in 1st, Ash is in 3rd place, and they both got an item draw in that 1st round. And Lucas is kind of just chilling out in 1st right now. We'll see what Ash can come up with.
I think it's pretty cool. Their character kind of flips around when they do the jumps with the little squid on the front. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, and I think they're pressing the bumpers on the controller, and I think if you time it right, it gives you a little speed boost.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just style; it's actually a mechanic built into the game to help you get a little bit of an edge.
Absolutely. I think Lucas is definitely using that to his advantage. He has a banana in his item slot with another item coming in, which is a coin. Not too useful deflection-wise, but definitely adds to the actual amount that you can get to unlock carts for the actual game if you're into unlocking cosmetics.
And as I'm watching these two racers compete against each other, I'm realizing the importance of drifting because I've seen Lucas really utilize that, and you can see the commanding lead that he has. And Ash just utilized the drift there, but I think that's the first time all competition I've seen him drift. So if he can really lean, no pun intended, if he can lean into that, then I guess then he can really close the gap.
Drifting is definitely a very useful strategy for the game. I personally, as a drifter, I use it any chance I can, unless obviously it's not reasonable to on a straightaway course. But definitely, drifting can get you that edge off the corner, as we currently see Lucas performing a very useful strategy, and the blue shell about to collapse.
It hit him in midair too, and it's unfortunate because he was really using those ramp speed boosts to get ahead. So that blue shell is a nice break for Ash. Let's see if he can utilize that and catch up.
Third place for Ash, catching up with that little mushroom.
He's in the ramp. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Oh, but Lucas just got red shelled. Ash has a chance to catch up here. He drops into fourth. Is he going to come around in time? I don't think so. Now he just has to place as best he can. Lucas finishes in first, so he improves his spot from the last race.
Absolutely.
And Ash is in fifth again.
Ash in fifth, almost in sixth, as Baby Peach almost crossed him over. All right, we have Lucas with 27 points, and we have Waluigi with 15. Not too much of a lead, but I think it's enough for Lucas to hold that upper edge on Ash.
Ash really needs to make a big turnaround in the next series, because if he can't place well enough, then that point margin is going to grow to a point where he can't come back from it. Okay.
Dragon Driftway for that was third race. Third race, again, another interesting one.
Because our last race is that futuristic city, remember?
Absolutely.
We saw that with Eddie and Trey. And they're off. And this is, so can you explain to me the hover mechanics of this game? Because I've seen that on the track. Is that any different from just having your wheels out normally?
So honestly, I've never really thought to think about that question. I believe it's just a mechanic that they added to the game for specific parts of the course when they go in that little blue ramp and obviously their wheels lift up. Maybe it's for easier maneuvering.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't there tracks too where you can drive on the walls with that ramp for shortcuts?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's one thing you can do. I believe there is a course for one of the tracks, sticking with the trucks. They don't have a lot on there.
We're seeing Lucas out in front with a commanding lead and a banana peel, so he has something to trip up people behind him, and Ash is closing in fifth with a piranha plant.
Absolutely.
And he just got hit by a shell there right off of the ramp, so he got slowed down. He's now fallen into seventh place, and he'll have to make up some serious ground if he wants to stay in this competition.
Blue shell hitting Lucas along with the bomb, and I believe what was a red shell. Got two players.
Yeah, it's a competitive race here. Oh, Ash is going to use a blooper. Hopefully that can slow Lucas down, because not being able to see makes it really hard to drive. Absolutely. I know that from personal experience in real life. You know,
it's not fun.
Yeah. And he's got the golden mushroom now. Ash does to give him a real speed boost, but he just fell off the map. And that was a nice little flip off the ramp there.
Boost with a little star action. I think it'll definitely put Ash a little bit ahead.
And something happened to Lucas because he dropped out of first place right into
seventh
place.
Oh,
Ash is overtaking
him. And
him.
Ash is above Lucas for the first time in the competition.
Oh, and
definitely a turning point of events.
Lucas really just reclaimed the lead, but he got hit. So let's see what Ash does. This race is much closer than the last two.
Absolutely.
And Ash needs to capitalize on some of the mistakes that Lucas has been making and get into a higher placement so he can get the points to take the lead. Okay, and it looks like Lucas is in second now. Ash has fallen behind again, but he's only one spot behind.
Definitely interesting seeing this dynamic as they're kind of head-to-head in this one. When the last one was a little bit far spread apart, but not too much to be too significant.
They both have really warmed up now, and it looks like Lucas is going to finish in second place and Ash in third. So we'll see what the point deficit comes out to.
39-25. That is not too shabby. That leads Lucas in first place out of the entire cast, and then we have Ash in fourth place with 25 points.
So,
not too shabby.
So unless Lucas totally collapses, and Ash gets first, I think that Lucas has enough of a point margin that he'll advance to the next round.
Absolutely. It's looking like the way that it's playing out that our final competitors will be Lucas and Eddie, but we will see how this last one plays out. It's futuristic course.
And they both get the speed boost. They're off. Ash is right behind Lucas, and Lucas hits the speed ramp. He's widening his lead. And the early bump there puts Ash behind a couple spots. Let's see if he can bounce back.
Ash in 4th place currently, jumping back to 6th. Another little item box. Let's see what he ends up getting.
And Lucas picked up a coin. I believe coins increase your speed. Am I wrong?
I actually am not aware of that. It could be a possibility. The only thing I know about is the unlockability of cosmetics for the actual game. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. And when I played Mario Kart 7, the coins didn't have any actually, did they? I could. No, I'm wrong. But it looks like Ash fell off the map there, so he's back in 6th place now, and Lucas is hanging out nicely in 1st place, but they're both about to get hit with a blooper. Never mind, the speed ramp wipes that ink away, so they both can see clearly.
Ash with that bullet bill action, speeding through the contestants.
He's catching up. He's in 3rd now.
3rd place, not too shabby. That's very, very, very good for Ash.
And Lucas is holding steady. What Ash really needs right now is a blue shell, something that'll rock, that'll disturb Lucas, get him out of his comfort zone because he's way too comfortable at the front of that pack with driving.
And
there it is. I opened my mouth again.
Wow. Okay.
The announcer jinx is strong today.
There we go. Lucas zapped down to itty bitty, and we have Ash in 2nd place with the bullet bill. He could be passing up Lucas any moment.
He did.
And Ash is in 1st place. This is actually very good in Ash's favor.
Yeah, he went zooming by. I'm surprised he didn't hit Lucas.
Absolutely.
He's got quite a lead. He's hitting the speed ramps.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for it. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. But clearly, no collateral.
Yeah, and if Ash can hold on to this, well, he needs Lucas to absolutely wipe out, drop all the way into 12th place, earn no points, because if Lucas earns just enough points, he'll keep his lead, and the overall point total, he'll advance to the next round to face Eddie. And that should be a fun round. If Lucas and Eddie are our final competitors, that's going to be on Rainbow Road. I'm excited.
That's going to be a very, very, very good one. Now we have Lucas crossing the finish line, going in 1st place, and Ash at a close 2nd place. We'll see how this point lineup ends up.
And by a wide margin, Lucas wins with 54 points. So
Yes.
that was quite the performance by Lucas.
Definitely
And what amazing matches we've had so far. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, our finalists will go head-to-head in the final unforgiving race of their choosing. So stay tuned. And as always, game on. Okay, that was fun.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Go to that.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad!
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Okay, well, if we are live, then they're picking the course, so it's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna have. Well, and we're back for more Mario Kart on Game On. Our final match today will be Eddie versus Lucas, the winner of rounds 1 and 2. And let's see if they have any last words to say before the match. Are you guys excited?
Good luck. Yeah, we're excited.
Who do you think's gonna win?
It's any man's game.
Any man's game? All right. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for it. So let's get right into it. Go ahead and start the race whenever you guys are ready.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. This last race is just going to be one race. We're not going to do the full cup. So it's one race, winner take all, and the loser has to go home sad. So. We're gonna. Oh, and it's Sunshine Airport. I thought it was gonna be Rainbow Road.
I was thinking as well. I think Rainbow Road is definitely the most challenging course, but I guess it's looking like this is going to be our first and only race for this one. The respective characters for each.
And yeah, Eddie is Peach again. Lucas is the Splatoon. Inkling, I believe is
Inkling.
Her name. Yeah, and I have a question about this course. Is Sunshine Airport right next to Coconut Mall? I've always wondered that because Coconut Mall is really great.
Coconut Mall is my favorite one of all time. In all of the Mario Kart games, it is the best course.
And we see a little bit of hang glider there as Lucas is out in second place, leads Eddie by 5 spots. So Eddie really has to catch up. And Eddie's just now hitting that same hang glider spot back in 9th place with Piranha Plant. Oh, and Eddie just went off the map. That's going to slow them down even more.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, as they were both very, very, very skilled from our previous matches that we currently spectated. We have Lucas with the banana as Eddie with the golden mushroom speeding through, bumping into the walls.
And Lucas is in first place right now. He's hitting the same hang glider section. It looks like this is a very small map. The laps are going to go quickly, so if Eddie is going to come back, they got to do something real quick.
And I'd say right now, because we're definitely ending that second course, the second lap going into the third one.
Yeah, Lucas is on his final lap.
First place, looking to be in the lead at the moment.
But Eddie has a bullet bill. They're not far behind. They just need to get lucky on the item draw. Maybe a blue shell or 2 or 3.
Or 3.
Yeah.
That would be very, very lucky on their part.
Sometimes that can happen. That's the thing about items, is you never know which one you're going to get, and there's still plenty of time for Eddie to make the comeback.
Absolutely.
Okay, and looks like Lucas is going through the hang glider section for the 3rd time. Going to be coming out onto the landing pad. So unless something miraculous happens, it looks like Lucas is going to be on chip.
Absolutely.
Indeed he is.
And Lucas crossing first place, as Eddie is still in 9th place, speeding through with the bullet bill, paragliding down onto the helicopter pad.
So it was a valiant effort by Eddie, but Lucas was clearly the better competitor today. Much smoother, executed, and got a little bit lucky with the items too.
Absolutely. The item usage was definitely a very huge play on this one.
So that was awesome. What a fantastic showing between our contestants. But it looks like Lucas is the winner today. So come on and claim your trophy. Yeah, I really like what I saw. I think he was the most even of all the drivers. He made the least mistakes. He got lucky with the items.
Definitely very lucky. I think the item play was definitely lucky.
And
here we have Lucas for his winning interview. What do you have to say for yourself?
I want to thank Ash and Eddie for a good race, couple races, and 200cc is rough for anyone that's even for veterans. So I would just want to say thank you for the experience. And
were there, before you go, I have one question. Were there any strategies that you used, or were you just kind of out there having fun?
Yeah, I mean, with 200, you kind of want to work on, drifting a little sooner.
Okay.
And then utilizing your brake a lot more. And not everyone wants to like jump on all the jumps, but sometimes you don't want to.
Okay, yeah, those are good techniques, and that technique that you used, it really showed out. And congratulations to you, Lucas. So, but yeah, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for watching today's edition of Game On. Game On is brought to you by our very own students here at Bates Technical College and the Broadcasting and Video Production program. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on our weekly productions. We'll see you next time, and as always, Game on.
on.
All right. Wait, that was good. Go ahead and go, everybody.